Hello and welcome to today's debate. I'm Ashley Bush and I'm here with SUUSA President candidates Cody Alderson and TJ Nelson. We're 4 days into the campaign season so far, and we're getting ready to start the general elections, which begin at 8 in the morning on Monday. Our format today is going to be as follows. Each candidate will get 2 minutes to respond to a question, and at the end, you'll be given 30 seconds to have a rebuttal if necessary, so just let me know if you want that. During our first couple of questions, those of you who are in the audience and those of you who are watching online can submit questions for us to ask. You can go to suunews.com/live to submit your questions, and any of you in the room right now, we have 2 computers in the back where you can submit your questions. At about a quarter after, that's when we'll be addressing those student-asked questions. The candidates will only have 30 seconds to respond to those questions. Today's debate is being streamed on Power 91 and will be streamed later on SUUnews.com and then again on SUTV News at 4 o'clock on Channel 9. So if you missed the debate, you can check it out there. So without further delay, let's begin. TJ won the coin toss and he wants Cody to begin. And the first question starts out with, Cody, how will SUUSA operate with you as president?
With me as president, SUUSA will operate, I believe, more efficiently than it has in the past. This past year, we've worked on a restructure plan that we've talked about quite extensively. And what it would be is it would be more of a focus on the people, as opposed to, we focus on the governmental things that we do. One thing I've realized during this last year as being president is a lot of what we do and the success that we have relies on our relationships with other people, whether that be the relationships we have with administrators, whether that's the relationships we have with the leaders of other organizations on campus, like the PAs or housing, and then also, of course, the relationships we have with just the students at large. What I'd like to see happen with SUUSA is a lot more focus on those relationships, as opposed to focusing on the members of SUUSA doing things and that's all we do. Focus on establishing those relationships, working with other groups on campus to not only help us succeed, but also to help them succeed so we can all work together. I think that's one of the biggest strengths that SUU has is, we're not the biggest university in the land, but we're a tight-knit group. We have a really nice community here, and we should really be able to exploit that a lot more. Work a lot with, all groups across campus so that we can all achieve our objectives and make SUU a better place and enhance the student experience that everybody has and wants to have when they come to school here.
Great. TJ?
Yeah, with this new restructure, it is going to make it a little bit better to actually have those who are in elected and appointed positions to really utilize and learn their leadership skills and abilities. And that's going to be something that we really want to focus on, is giving those opportunities for those who are in the appointed and elected positions to enhance those abilities. And also, we really want to build bridges from SUUSA to the other organizations that are here on this university. And I've had an opportunity to meet with the Ballroom Dance Company and other organizations already just during this campaign, and it's really something that we're focusing on. And we're not just saying that, we're actually doing it, because our party is made up of people from those various organizations who have the inside perspective on ballroom dance, in the Greek organization, things like that. So we're not just saying that we're going to be doing these things, we're already in the process of doing them. And I think that's really the one thing that can really give our party the edge on really entering this new year with some bridges that can be made from SUUSA to the other organizations. And that's kind of what we're trying to hope for with this upcoming year.
All right.
I guess I'll use my rebuttal a little
Go
bit.
ahead.
One thing that the other party has pointed out is their involvement in a lot of different things. And not to overshadow that, that's very important that they are involved in other groups. I just quickly went through our party and listed some of the involvement we've had. We've had 2 members of RHA, which is the Housing Association. We have one RA running with us. We have 4 current members of SUUSA. We have 2 presidential ambassadors. We have 2 members, one current member, 1 former member of the LDSSA, 2 people who have worked with alumni. We have 5 people who have served as either club presidents or vice presidents.
All right,
1 member
your
of rural
30
health.
seconds is over. Thank you, though. TJ, did you want a rebuttal?
Yeah, I can use a quick rebuttal. And I agree, you have a lot of people that have been involved in your campus, or on our campus. And I agree with that, we also, like I said, have people from the Greek organization and from ballroom dance and things like that, people who are part of the RHA president, who is currently the president of the RHA, and various other things. So that's my rebuttal to that question.
Great.
Comment.
All right, moving on to the next question. This one's kind of an interesting one. It's a two-part question, and we're going to start off with you, TJ, this time, because Cody started last time. Do you feel student apathy or disinterest in SUUSA is an important issue? And if so, how do you plan to address it?
I think it's a huge issue right now, and I think that's evident with the number of parties that are being involved with the current elections. And that is also just evidence that people around campus really do have that apathy. So it's something that we're really trying to focus on, because really, as students are involved, they are really helping themselves out in so many ways, and they're helping the university out in so many ways. Not only are they going to be more socially apt to meeting new people, things like that, but they're also getting hands-on experience. They're getting hands-on education with leadership skills, organizing things, and really getting out of their shell and trying to do new things that can really help them. And I think that's really what SU is going for, and having meetings with the provost and things like that. I know the provost on an academic level really wants the students to really have more experiential opportunities, and that's really where the involvement comes in. And we really want to focus on allowing students to really know of the opportunities that are already in front of them. We don't want to reinvent the wheel, but we want to just extend ourselves and get out there face to face with the students so that we can educate them on the opportunities that are available for them to be involved.
Cody?
Yes, SUUSA is definitely seen in lesser light, I believe, and it's not the students' fault. I believe it's SUUSA's fault. The people who have worked on it for the past few years. We haven't really given the students reason to care about what we do, and that's part of why when I came in this past year, I saw that as a problem and I wanted to fix it, and that's why we went through this restructure process so that we could focus on, instead of just us being our student government and doing all that sort of thing, we wanted to focus on how can we help clubs, how can we help people become more involved, create more leadership opportunities, create more involvement opportunities, have better activities, have clubs that function better. And we intend to do that. We intend to do that by addressing, the clubs group, making the clubs more focused on helping clubs as opposed to just we deal out cash to them. We'll still have the funding in place for clubs to, do what they need to do, but we want to work with them, not just work with them by giving them money. As far as our activities go, we have plans to do what's called Thunder Thursdays, which would be, perhaps the first or third Thursday of every month, we have an activity. So people can count on there being a consistent activity. I believe that, once we start making ourselves an organization that people want to care about, they will care about it. And once that happens, then the student voice will be heard more, because the administration will go, okay, people care about SUUSA, and they're voicing their concerns with SUUSA. So when SUUSA leaders go to the administration with their concerns, they know they actually do have the voice of the students, as opposed to, okay, that's a nice thought, thank you for that.
All right.
I like to use a rebuttal, and it's more specifically actually towards the restructure and the special election itself. And I know a lot of people have had questions about the way that was actually brought up, and one thing that I would like to change for next year is to actually make special elections like that a little bit more specific, so that we're not just saying yes or no to the entire restructure. We're actually voting more on amendments, because I know students have had questions about one particular thing, and they agree with one and disagree on the other. So I would like to make it more specific on what we vote for.
And I will rebut as well. I understand that we didn't exactly handle that in the best fashion. My hope is that we got it right this time, so we don't have to do an amendment again. Amendments, they really shouldn't happen. Once we get it right, we should be able to do it. But of course, it has to be a living document, and it changes because students change every year. But hopefully we got it right this time, so we don't have to change things again. But when it does happen, I agree, we do need to market it a little bit better and things like that. And we've already addressed that. We were under a tight timeline, and we searched for the input before the marketing came together. And so that's probably why you saw that. And we tried
All
to
right,
educate
Cody,
people as best
sorry.
we could.
30 seconds.